This is Croke Park, Dublin, headquarters of the Gaelic Athletic Association, on Sunday, 4th September 1960. The day that Tipperary, whose hurlers and footballers of the past had compiled a record number of 43 All-Ireland championships in every grade, sent out 2 hurling teams in the confident hope of increasing their number of titles to 45. Their opponents in minor hurling for the second successive year were the little fancied Kilkenny. Refusing to be overawed by Tipperary's reputation, defenders Pierce Brett, Alec and Oliver McGrath forced back the Munster boys, who were held to level scoring in the first half. In the second half, Kilkenny's forwards took over, and here is just a sample of the grand hurling to which Tipperary could find no adequate reply. Midfielder Joe Ayres careers down the touchline, passes to Kinsella, and it's a goal. The Kilkenny forwards, Walsh, Kinsella, Frayne, Ryan, Nyan and Murphy, all had a field day. But Tipperary did not allow the figures on the scoreboard to weaken their courage. McGovern, the Ryans, Keating, O'Connell, Green and Dwyer fought valiantly to the end. But though Tipperary were eventually beaten by the highest score ever inflicted on a Premier County team in an All-Ireland final, nobody doubted that they would be back for revenge before long. Iloher chun an chluthe mór deiscin bhí an tuachtarán a hailte éman de Valera. An Taoiseach Seán Lamas agus an Tara Tiúnscail agus Tráchtála I Seán ó Lynchig. Then the rains came. But this was nothing unusual in 1960. And what matter? Here come the bands and the senior teams. Munster champions Tipperary seeking their 18th title and underdogs Wexford humbly hoping for their 4th. On the far side, the Leinster champions are led by captain and fullback, the mighty Nick O'Donnell, and the equally sterling Tony Wall leads the proud Tipperary men in their blue and gold. GAA President Dr. Stuart Scott, the patron of the association, Most Reverend Dr. Morris Archbishop Cashel onto the field to meet the captains of the teams before 70,000 people stand to attention for the national anthem. And soon the 72nd Senior Hurling Final was underway. The breakaway favoured Wexford, but Mick Burns cleared for Tipperary. Billy Rackard sends it up to Podge Keogh. He shoots, but Maloney saves in the Tipperary goalmouth. Back to Keogh again. He sends to Ollie McGrath, and Ollie drives it higher and over the bar for the first point of the game. A half minute later, golden boy Jimmy Doyle equalised from this free. Then came the first shock. Podge Keogh takes a free which seems to be going wide until Mick Hassett deflected it past his own goalkeeper. Wexford are 1 goal in front. But true to their great reputation, Tipperary surged back. Tom Malachny sends to Theo English, and Tipperary mark up their 2nd point. From this midfield battle between Podge Keogh and Tony Wall, Seamus Quaid gets the ball. Sends it to full forward Jack Harding, and there goes another Wexford point. The Wexford defence was now tested to the full, and everyone wondered if this kind of heroic resistance by Billy Rackard could possibly last. Could the half-back line of Mick English, Rackard and Nolan hold the brilliant trio of Donny Nealon, Liam Devaney and Jimmy Doyle? For the moment it seemed likely, because the occasional shot that was not blocked was sent wide. Meet the hurler on the ditch. Podge Keogh from this free stretched Wexford's lead to 6 points. Now it's Tipperary's turn. Tony Wall free goes to Tom Ryan. Wexford's lead is reduced to 5 points. From fully 50 yards, Tony Wall brings the Leinster lead down to 4 points. Now Tipperary put on the pressure, and though Jimmy Doyle lost his stick, Tom Malachney burst through to cut another point off the Wexford lead. And quick as a wink, Tom Ryan brings it down to only 2. Things are looking up. In the last 10 minutes of the first half, it seems to be all Tipperary. But although one attack followed another in quick succession, a gallant defence forced many assaults to finish outside of the posts, even at the cost of conceding 70s. Then Liam Devaney brings Tipperary within only 1 point of Wexford. It's too close for comfort, says Podge Keogh, and he scores another Wexford point to leave the model county 2 points ahead at half-time. And still we thought Wexford cannot stay the pace. But here comes shock number 2. The second half was less than a minute old when Hopper McGrath beat Kieran Carey to shoot this wonderful goal. Tipperary, the odds-on favourites, really had something to worry about now. They storm into attack, but the rock-like defence stands firm. Wexford are beginning to get the taste of a victory as Jimmy O'Brien adds another point. From the far wing, Tim Flood shoots yet another. Podge Keogh is getting hungry again, and he increases Wexford's lead to 9 points. Now, who are the underdogs? Here's another Wexford veteran. Tim Flood shows how easy it is. But Tony Wall never gives up, and here he shoots a point from 70 yards out. It's all no use. There's Ollie McGrath again, and Kieran Carey can't stop him scoring another great point. Although Wexford were now 10 points in front, the siege of the Tipperary goalmouth was not lifted. At least, not until goalkeeper Maloney decided to relieve the pressure in person. And there he goes. It was all in vain. With one shattering blow after another, the veterans of Wexford, Nick O'Donnell, Billy Rackard and Mick English, and the so-called novice John Nolan, repulsed each Tipperary attack. Men like Tony Wall, John and Jimmy Doyle, Liam Connolly and Donny Nealon never gave up trying, but it was already clear that the form book had been torn to shreds. Not alone were Wexford crushing the favourites, but the performance was even more remarkable in view of Tipperary's unbeaten record in 8 All-Ireland finals over 38 years. This was truly a victory of which Wexford could be justly proud. There's the final whistle. But wait a moment. No, it isn't. As Tom Malachney scores a last Tipperary point, someone blew an unofficial whistle and set off this premature invasion of the pitch. Much to the chagrin of the referee and the amusement of some of the spectators. When the game restarted, it was still Wexford who dominated the last minute of play. Just as at the start, they continued to unleash a torrent of power hurling which astonished not only Tipperary men, but most hurling enthusiasts as well. The men in purple and gold were worthy winners of their 4th senior title, which happily coincided with the golden jubilee of their first.